Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're taking you right into the heart of professional rugby. We're focusing on the Springboks, some recent matches, and that really intense, passionate world of, strategic analysis that happens after every single whistle.
Mm-hmm. The scrutiny is immense.
Absolutely. You sense a stack of sources, articles, notes, all sorts, and our mission really is to pull out the key insights, give you a shortcut to being, properly informed about what's happening right now in rugby.
And we'll explore how these top teams dissect their own performances, how they handle all that external pressure, and crucially, how they strategize for the next big challenge.
Spot on. And look, before we really dive in, make sure you hit subscribe on Rugby Obsession. That way you never miss one of these deep dives into the fascinating world of rugby.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here, you see it in the sources, is just how deep the scrutiny goes. Every single play, every decision.
It's not just fans, is it?
No, not at all. It's the coaches, the players themselves, constantly dissecting. It really speaks to the high stakes, that relentless drive for perfection in the sport.
Okay, so let's unpack this first bet. Our sources, they take us straight into those post-match discussions. A really significant clash we're looking at.
Yeah, the Springboks, specifically the analysis right after that 24-17 defeat, Eden Park, against the All Blacks.
Tough one. And this wasn't just any loss, was it? Context is key here.
No, definitely not just looking back. The timing is critical. This analysis, it's happening around September 9th, 2025. So it's live, really. They're doing this as they prepare for the second test against the All Blacks.
In Wellington, so it's immediate.
Exactly. It's not just reflection. It's high pressure, immediate strategic adjustment. They're literally fine-tuning based on this loss for the next massive game.
You can almost feel that tension, that urgency, can't you? Every performance, as you said, meticulously examined.
Yeah.
And this one, well, it clearly sparked a lot of talk, internally and externally.
Yeah, the fallout begins.
Right. And here's where it gets really interesting. A perfect example of that internal analysis, maybe clashing with what people outside are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Our sources highlight a key criticism. The Springboks work at the breakdown. Big spotlight on that.
Yeah, that often happens after a loss like that.
But then, an incredibly respected figure, Springboks Moby unit coach Duane Vermeulen, he steps in. He wants to, quote, shut down what he called excessive criticism. Quite direct.
And you have to understand who's saying this, right? Vermeulen, during his playing days, absolute master of the breakdown.
Oh, legendary.
Former number 8, 76 test caps, double World Cup winner. So when he talks about the breakdown, you listen. His insights carry enormous weight. He's lived it at the highest level.
So what was his counter-argument? How did he push back?
Well, it was very direct, very data-focused. When the media questioned him, saying the breakdown was a major issue, he didn't just give an opinion.
No.
He asked them, do you know the number of breakdown turnovers they got? He put it back on them.
Okay. Challenging the narrative.
Exactly. And then he gave the numbers from their internal analysis. It was 2 poaches and maybe 1 counter ruck. Specifics.
Just 3 instances. Wow. Okay. Think about that for a second. 80 minutes. High-intensity test match. And Vermeulen's point is 3 moments don't make it a massive talking point.
Yeah.
He's really pushing for perspective there, isn't he, against what he saw as an overblown story.
It's almost like, let's stick to the facts here, a data-driven defense.
And this is where the nuance comes in, right? Why the different perceptions? Because while Vermeulen, with the stats, is downplaying it as a major concern, head coach Rassie Erasmus, separately, he actually praised the All Blacks' work in that exact area.
Oh, interesting. What did he say?
You had that quote. I think Richie McCaw might have been with them last week, the way they were at the breakdown.
Yeah.
Said they had so many threats.
Wow. Okay, invoking McCaw. That's quite a statement from Rassie.
So you got these 2 top coaches, both brilliant, looking at the same game, but slightly different angles, different messages.
It really shows you the complexity, doesn't it? Elite sports analysis isn't simple. What one coach sees as maybe statistically minor,
The 3 turnovers?
the head coach might see as a wider threat or, just acknowledging brilliance from the opposition. It's fascinating.
It feels like there's strategy even in how they talk about the analysis.
Oh, absolutely. It's not just about the numbers themselves. Vermeulen, focusing on his unit, might need to defend them publicly, provide that statistical counterpoint, keep morale up, push back on criticism.
Fair enough.
Protect the players.
But Erasmus, as the head guy, maybe he uses that praise for the All Blacks, that McCaw reference, almost as a challenge to his own team.
Like, this is the standard we need to beat.
Exactly. Look how good they were here. We need to match that or better it. It makes the players confront the quality they faced. It's clever messaging.
So it's this mix of, like, media management, internal motivation, maybe even a bit of mind games, all happening in real time. It is, and it highlights how these teams navigate that line between external noise and internal truth. Sometimes, praising your opponent publicly is the smartest way to refocus your own side.
It turns a potential negative, or an area where the opposition shone, into a learning point.
Precisely. A driver for improvement. It shows that incredible competitive spirit. It's all about adapting, learning, growing from every single match. Even a loss. Especially a loss, maybe.
So, okay, the breakdown was a flashpoint. But where does this leave the Springboks strategically? Vermeulen himself said something broader, didn't he?
He did. He explicitly said the overall game is probably the biggest talking point. We can't go into specifics.
Right. So he's kind of redirecting, isn't he?
Yeah, moving the focus away from just one facet, like the breakdown, towards a more holistic view. The whole team performance after that defeat.
Which suggests they're looking at the bigger picture.
Seems like it. A more systemic approach to getting better rather than just tweaking one small area. How does the attack link with defense? Set piece effectiveness. Kicking game. Mental side. It's all connected.
It's a good lesson, actually.
Yes.
For any big challenge.
Yeah.
Sometimes you fix the symptom, but the real issue is the whole system. They seem to be looking at the whole machine.
A systemic review, yeah. Much more impactful than just micromanaging. Optimizing the whole process.
Makes sense. And look, if you're finding these kinds of strategic insights useful and you want more deep dives into how teams operate, the stories behind the games, well, you know what to do. Subscribe to Rugby Obsession.
Definitely worth it.
Now, amidst all this tactical talk, there was also some exciting news on the player front for that second test.
Ah, yes, team selection. Always key.
One big change. Jasper Wiese, back in the number 8 jersey. And Vermeulen seemed pretty pleased about that.
Yeah, he was clearly thrilled. His comments really highlighted Wise's specific role. He said, it's great to have Jasper back in the mix. He is one of the guys who really gives us go-forward ball.
Go-forward ball. Crucial.
Absolutely. Vermeulen sees him as that vital link to this exciting backline that we have picked. So it's not just about Wiese himself, but how he enables others.
Sets the platform.
Exactly. He provides that momentum, gets them over the gain line, which then allows the backline to, do their thing.
It really brings it home for you, the listener, how much thought goes into every single selection. It's not just pick the best 15.
No way.
It's about fit, strategy, how this one player unlocks the potential of the 10 guys around him, like assembling a complex machine. Every part has a function.
Spot on. And that collaboration, that strategic thinking, it runs deep in the coaching staff, too.
Oh, yeah.
The sources mentioned input from Tony Brown, the assistant coach, former All Blacks fly half.
Right, brings a different perspective.
Definitely. He's been sharing quite a lot with the backs.
Oh.
Tapping into that diverse expertise. Brown's knowledge, especially of All Blacks tendencies, would be invaluable, wouldn't it? Particularly playing against them.
For sure. It shows that even at this absolute elite level, it's a massive team effort. On the field, off the field, everyone's input matters.
Collective strategy.
Now, thinking bigger picture. Our source material today, it wasn't just about this one Springboks All Blacks match, was it? It hinted at a much larger world.
Yeah, it definitely paints a picture of the global sport. This one match is like a snapshot within this huge, vibrant network.
The Rugby Obsession network, you could say.
Exactly. Covering national teams, Argentina, Australia, England, South Africa, obviously, but also the big club competitions.
Like the Premiership, URC, Super Rugby.
Mm-hmm. And the sources hinted at how strategies cross-pollinate, ideas developed in club rugby, maybe in the Champions Cup or URC, finding their way into the test arena.
So it's not just siloed national styles anymore.
Less and less so, it seems. Players bring experiences back from different leagues. A Springbok playing in Japan or England brings back different skills, different ways of thinking about the game. Coaches study tactics from everywhere.
Like the breakdown techniques or line-out variations.
Precisely. It's this global melting pot of ideas. So when you analyze a test match like Boks versus All Blacks, you kind of have to factor in that wider context, how global club rugby is feeding into and shaping what happens at the international level.
It really shows the reach, doesn't it? From the World Cup, Six Nations, Lions tours, right down to the weekly club grind. It's all part of this massive Rugby Obsession ecosystem.
It is a constantly evolving tapestry.
And that dedication is not just players and coaches. It's a whole global community, fans, analysts, everyone pushing the sport forward. What really stands out to you when you think about that scope, that cross-pollination? We'd genuinely love to hear your thoughts, maybe in the comments. How do you see teams analyzing their game? What bits of rugby obsession grab you the most?
Yeah, definitely share your thoughts. For me, this deep dive today, looking at the Springboks process, the contrasting coaching comments, the strategic shifts, it hammers home a really powerful truth about top-level sport.
Which is?
That every game, win or lose, it's not an endpoint. It's just data, a crucial data point.
An opportunity.
Exactly. An opportunity for relentless self-assessment, for adaptation, for that tireless chase for improvement, all fueled by just raw passion from players, coaches, fans, that continuous feedback loop. That's what drives excellence.
It really leaves you thinking, doesn't it? The layers of strategy, the sheer dedication. It's pretty inspiring, actually. It just shows that in rugby, the conversation, the learning, the obsession, it really never stops.
Never does.
Okay, before we wrap up, one last reminder. Don't forget to subscribe to Rugby Obsession. Keep getting these deep dives delivered straight to you.
Please do.
Thank you so much for listening to this Rugby Obsession deep dive, and we will look forward to you listening to our next episode.